Let's face reality. Men are not getting anything special anymore. I don't care whether you high value, low value, whatever the hell you think about yourself. Whether you're 6'7" like me, or you're 5'8", or whatever else. Today's reality, you're taking L's out here. Sexual liberation changed everything. Social media changed everything. We're in a mental health crisis. There's no gender warfare. There's no dating relationship crisis. Women talk about incels and men not getting laid and all these shaming languages they use. We're in a mental health crisis. Man versus delusion, man versus crazy. And people try to gaslight and virtue signal about men not living up to this. Men are held their foot to the fire. We literally have Kevin Samuels himself, even the guy, he was for years, he was digging into men's ass. Nobody cared. And the men, for many men, they have improved, self-improved. I mean, I get up every day. I'm about to go to the gym right now. I work on my self-improvement. Even as an older guy, that's a bachelor, I have to improve myself because I don't get to live in my delusion. People will hold my ass to foot to the fire. Even the people on my channel, my own subscribers. Sometimes it's like a peaceful life. The stuff you said the other day, that was absolutely ridiculous. You think I'd delete their comment? No, I'd leave it because maybe they're right sometimes. It's called accountability. We as men have to face it. You think about all the times when we say things or do things that are ridiculous, people tell us what idiots we are. They tell us that you sound crazy. That's the world of men. But that does not happen in the world of women. We live in a gynocracy. Women do 80% of the shopping, 80% of the spending. We like box. So nobody really tells women the truth. Then you add social media in there. Look, we've seen women now, great divorce, divorcing their husbands, FOMO, fear of missing out, getting out here on the streets. Again, we go back to sexual liberation. Women who've been raised to be strong, independent, feminists. They basically enjoy their youth. They're single, but they're still enjoying sex late at night. They're still getting pounded out. And then they come to the table talking about relationships with men after they've enjoyed 10, 15, 20 years of sexual liberation. That man is not getting anything special. And then there's women that are Xingnu, which is leftover women in Asia, past their prime, still trying to charge men virgin prices. You've been a strong, independent woman for so many years, but you don't have any money. There's nothing in your 401k. You expect a man to pay 100% provider, which is virgin prices, for a woman that has been enjoying sexual liberation, that's been strong and independent for the last 10, 15, 20 years. You're absolutely delusion. The man that's going to sign up for that deal is a man you don't want. And you have an expectation of men. And again, some of these older women have had 2, 3 kids, been married before, divorced, coming to the table trying to use religion to try and religious a man that they want into marriage, into relationship with them. It's absolutely ridiculous. Who's stupid enough to fall for that game? And again, men today are enjoying their peace. Peace is the new wealth for men. Peace, quiet, freedom. Why would a man give that up to be in a relationship with a woman that has enjoyed the liberation, a woman that's past her prime, a woman that has these high expectations? They don't plan to come to the table in a rational, reasonable sense to offer the men in their life value. If you have a conversation about what men want, it goes into a conversation about some type of trauma or some type of problem that, like, what are you talking about? You're talking about trauma and damaged people. We were just talking about what men and women want. What are the expectations in relationships? What are the expectations from each and every one should really have with normal, rational, reasonable people? It goes to the color purple narrative of abuse. That's feminism. Oprah Winfrey, Alice Walker, the color purple, the thing they use to discriminate against black men and call them monsters. You created that. And that came from your association with white liberal women and their feminism. That's their issue with their men. They brought it into black community and black people and black men. They had nothing to do with that. nor that we have anything to do with the sins of other men of our past. If you got into a relationship with some dude that was a low quality, low frequency dude, that ain't none of the next man's business. That's you. You got to go see a therapist about that. And that's what the biggest problem with men today is they're living in the past. They're living in a past life. Everywhere you see, guys are walking around with a 1950s mentality of these traditional virtuous women in their mind. Women can do no harm, can do no wrong, not understanding you're dealing with a different woman, a different time, a woman that's inspired. Attention has become the most dangerous drug in the world today. It's not just America, it's a global epidemic of insanity. They don't live in reality. They live in a matrix that's inspired by. So that's why even now, I realize how bad their mental health crisis is. It's horrible. And you can't talk to them. You can't tell them nothing. Why? Because they're going to go listen to Derek Jackson. They're going to listen to these panda bears. They're going to listen to all these dudes tell them how wonderful and how great they are. You can't correct this train. For them, what you can do is adaptation, self-preservation, develop yourself, level up for financial freedom and early retirement, practice and cancel. Practice self-preservation. Understand, you've got to get rid of altruism. That 1950s, 1940s altruism that's in you dudes, you got to delete that. You got to do murder to that in your soul, because you won't survive in this new modern era. You will get cannibalized. You will get eaten alive if you have a 1950s mentality. If you listen to these religious folks, half of them are getting divorced. But majority of them are having problems in their own marriages because they got what these Christian feminists, I know that's an oxymoron, these women that have been to the streets, they come now, they're hiding in the church, they get married to some sucker for sponsorship. This is the monetized dating and relationship market. This is money. The women want money. They don't want your leadership. These women don't want your leadership. Especially the older ones are the worst, because they're the ones that come into the table with all this mental health issues and trauma. Maybe they didn't put enough in their 401k. Maybe they didn't put enough in their pension fund. Now your ass is going to be the one to sponsor them. They're not going to listen to you. As soon as you get under the roof with you and they get on a benefits plan, get married, get the state involved, that's when you're going to realize that you just got you a lemon. If she was worth anything, she would have been married 10 times over. Nobody's going to leave. We're in a unicorn dating and relationship market. Unicorn. You're not going to find too many virtuous women out here. So what the conversation is always about is what women want, how men are not measuring up. That's what the conversation is always about. All these guys and riding around in their fancy cars, these dating and relationship coaches, they're lying their ass off. Oh, level up and become this man, you have better choices of women. What? They've all enjoyed sexual liberation. Period. They got boyfriends, rotating boyfriends over and over again. Or they're having sex at night, or they've been in these fraternities, and they've enjoyed themselves. You know what I'm saying? The internet is global. You're dealing with unicorns. That's what people got to understand. I respect and love the good quality women in the world, women in our lives. But the reality of life is this. Men have to adapt. You have to adjust. This ain't your daddy's world anymore. You're living in a freaking fantasy. All these damn shows, level up for yourself as a man. Do the things that's good for you. You meet a unicorn in that journey, snatch her up, because they're far and few between, especially a woman that's grounded and that's not mentally ill or that's not trying to be a religious fraud. Religious fraud. These women in the church, they probably got pregnant by somebody, or they destroyed their home, wrecked their own home, and now they're looking for a sponsor. And that's maybe you. If you're not hooked onto the game of what's going on right now in the current environment that we are, lose that thinking from the past, dude. You're crazy. You're going to get cooked out here in these streets. This is a different world. Peace, quiet, freedom is what it's all about. Again, peace is the new wealth for men today. Protect it, guide it, guide your resources, protect your mental health, develop strong and healthy routines. Exercise is necessary. Got to get to the gym, got to get to the walking paths, got to get to the trail, got to try and eat right, got to try and avoid getting things like diabetes and heart disease and cancer. Try to do your best to control the things that you control. Those things are critical. Let happiness trickle down from you as a man. Force yourself, because we've been programmed to be altruistic our whole life, to put everybody first. Force yourself to put yourself first and let everything trickle down from you, because when men have peace and happiness, they improve the lives of everybody around them. When you focus on women, women do selfish shit, like go shopping at Macy's and take care of themselves or their girlfriends. They don't take care of the village. Well, traditional women do. These modern women, they just become more selfish and self-centered. So it's best that you focus on yourself and let everything trickle down, because when you're straight, you know you're going to take care of everybody else. You know, they're not the same as us. And especially nowadays, when they can feel like they can do no wrong and they hook on delusion. We got so many panda bears and simps and weak dudes out here trying to make it seem like men are the problem. Guess what? There's many men that have problems. But guess what? Men's foot are held to the fire. We don't cut men any break, especially in the gynocracy. We really dig into them. So, guys, let me know what you think about this video. But stop. This is not a dating crisis or a gender war. This is a mental health crisis. Peace and blessings to you guys. I'm going to hit this treadmill. I'm out.